Moore has the ball stripped by Helen Darling, who's getting the start tonight. Ahead to the veteran Vicki Johnson.
Spurs a team that want to run as well. New York trying to pick up their tempo after the first couple of games. This game for the Spurs, they are 0-1. They lost at Phoenix, and they have not played for a solid week.
Both these teams with losses to Phoenix to start their season. Darling driving inside. They missed, tipped out to McCarville.
New York trying to kick it in gear. They were standing for a good 12 minutes waiting for the entire banner celebration to go on for San Antonio.
And Lori Moore with a hard drive to the bucket is fouled, and she'll go to the line. It was quite a ceremony. As you look at Patty Coyle and Donovan next to her. Two played together long time ago back in New Jersey. And Lori Moore, who joined us on the court prior to the game, eager to get back in the flow of things. It's tough for any player to sit on the bench and watch their team play as Moore's first free throw goes in. But especially for someone like Lori Moore, she is a hungry player.
Right hamstring, which she tweaked overseas in Russia, and just never quite got the training camp, and that's when it really got bad. Missed about 2 weeks total. Now back in the starting lineup. It's a big night for her and New York.
And a steal off of three-quarter pressure. Essence Carson inside, lays it up and missed it.
New York hasn't shown a lot of their full court pressure and three-quarter court pressure. They're pulling it back out, and I think they're going to get some good results with it.
And a foul on Essence Carson. Here in the opening minute from the AT&T Center, home of the Western Conference champions, the Silver Stars. Here's Hammond, the ball stripped again. Lori Moore has it. She goes inside. Moore deals it to Battle, and that is broken off.
Might have been a better decision just to take it to the backboard and go for the layup.
Corner jumper is off target that time. In the corner. Sophia Young. Here's McCarville's little fadeaway, and that one bounces in when the Liberty leads it early 4-0.
Ruth Riley starting in place of Ann Waters, who will be joining this team, they hope, after the All-Star break, and if she's having a nice break, maybe a little earlier. Wishful thinking.
Here's Young again. Fadeaway jump, and she traveled. Officials tonight: Sue Blau, Cameron Inoue, and James Williams. Mike Crispino along with Mary Murphy and the rest of our MSG crew here in San Antonio. First of 14 telecasts on MSG Network this summer.
San Antonio has had all week to get ready for New York, and they have worked on these sets, and they have worked on defending New York's execution in the half court.
Crabell's drive is off the rim. Here comes Vicki Johnson.
Definitely Crabell, the player who really wants to have a breakout game. She has struggled mightily in the first two games. 8 points against Connecticut, just 7 against Phoenix, and not shooting the ball very well at all from the perimeter.
Vicki Johnson went scoreless in the opener against Phoenix, cutting inside, and the ball deflected off the knee. Good defense by the Liberty on the interior. Sophia Young turns it over.
So the strategy in the early going, when the ball goes to Sophia Young low, she will be doubled, and she will be doubled hard consistently.
Well, she had 25 against Phoenix in the opener, 8 of 18. So obviously that one gets on the blackboard in the locker room.
First team all WNBA, all defensive team. She does it all for this team.
Marvel shot blocked by Riley. Now Vicki Johnson.
Good job in transition defense. Forced the Silver Stars to come back and just run 5-on-5 offense.
And a foul called on Lori Moore as Helen Darling drew that.
And you might not recognize Helen Darling. She has dropped a solid 25 pounds. Did it with diet, professional bodybuilder. Said she was up at 5 a.m. most every day in the off season. It's a woman with triplets, so you know she had a busy, busy day.
9th year out of Penn State. Here's Hammond for a three. It's long. Deflected to Vicki Johnson, who puts it up, and that brings in the high.
Those are the kind of rebounds that just killed him against Connecticut.
Well, Liberty is pitching a shutout so far. Here's Moore on a pull-up. No good. McCarville on the offensive glass. Able to draw the foul.
Janelle McCarville showing why she's such a tough matchup. Moves so well. Ruth Riley's just trying to find her to get the box out on her, but Janelle just able to slide right on by her.
Liberty up 4-0 early on. Could be about 8-0 as Crabell's shot is off target. They were able to turn the Silver Stars over early a couple times, but couldn't convert. Here's Hammond on the drive. Pulls up. Ball stolen by Crayville. Ahead to Ashley Battle. And the Spurs crowd, which stays on their feet until their team scores, still standing. Almost 4 minutes in. Here's Carson's pull up in the lane, and she gets it to go.
You know, Mike, you were remarking about Essence Carson. You really saw a difference there from a year ago. Just the explosiveness, the decisiveness to find that seam off that screen.
Here's Darling, double teamed in the corner, and a kick to Ruth Riley. Cross court, Vicki Johnson fires, and that's off target long. Lauren Moore has the rebound.
Like the tempo New York establishing. Run the ball down the floor. See if you can something cheap early, nothing there, get into your offense.
Here's Battle in the corner on a hard drive down the baseline. Inside, missed the shot. Johnson has another rebound.
There's some golden opportunities in the early going for New York, taking it to the rack, but coming away with nothing. Carvel on Riley. And Catherine Crayville with her hands full. She is guarding the all WNBA player, Sophia Young.
Liberty 2 of 9, and so far the Silver Stars 0 of 7. That time the foul on Lori Moore, and that's her second.
It's an area of the game that New York just needs to continue to improve. You cannot allow point guard penetration, whether it's Lindsay Whalen, Helen Darling, and that's a move Helen Darling wouldn't have made a year ago. Just had too much weight, just didn't have the quickness. They're able to turn the corner and get to the free throw line.
These two teams met twice last year, both games won by the Silver Stars. Becky Hammond outstanding in both games. 2 losses by a total of 10 points, though. 2 hard-fought, close games as Darling has the first point for San Antonio.
New York's actually lost 5 straight to San Antonio. This is a tough way to start the season. The loss to Connecticut, then you go on the road to Phoenix. Close game there to the 4th quarter, and then you come on over here and play the Western Conference champions.
Liberty with a 6-2 lead early on. Here's McCarville firing in the corner to Carson. And she drives baseline, spins in traffic, backs it up and in. Spectacular move by Essence Carson.
And the confidence just grows and grows. Her personality starting to come into her game a little bit more as that confidence grows. And Leilani Mitchell into the ballgame for Lori Moore, and she will be checking Becky Hammond.
Here's Johnson. Silver Stars yet to score a field goal in the ballgame, and they're still scoreless from the field. Mitchell on the run. I give to Carson. Trying to work it down to Crayville. They fire cross court. It's Battle in the corner for the jumper. That's off target. And the rebound to Becky Hammond.
Crayville, the only one really crashing the boards. Everyone else getting back.
Hammond being guarded by Mitchell. Down the lane. Gives to Riley. 10 seconds to shoot, and they get a jumper from Sophia Young in her 4th year out of Baylor, and it's 8-4 New York.
And that's the one facet of the game she's working on, extending her range. Hit her first 3 of her career against Phoenix in the season opener.
Carson launches in and out. Rebound McCarville. Kept it alive. New shot clock. Now Mitchell. Pounded down low to McCarville. A double team comes on the baseline, and it's deflected out of bounds by San Antonio. And there's timeout on the floor. 3:39 to go in the first. Liberty 8, Silver Stars 4 on MSG.
Confident in herself, and I love that. I love the fact that we can have give and take, and based on our own experiences, you know, we have different ways of looking at some things. But I think we're really good at finding the solution that's best for this group. And to me, it's about respect. Patty gives it, I give it, and it's just a mutuality there that's very beneficial for both of us, I think.
It's great watching Ann Donovan at practice the other day. And usually it's the coach going to the players trying to tell them what they need to work on. People, and when they came out of a drill, were going up to Ann and saying, what kind of position? Where do I need to lean? Where do I need to put my hands? Working with her after practice. It's a great fit for this team, and I think the post players especially are going to benefit from her knowledge as a player, as a terrific assistant coach on the national level, and as a head coach, obviously.
Carson's three is off the rim, rebounded by Mitchell. Tiffany Jackson in the ballgame. Where's number 3? Shamika Christian gets back into action. Where's number 20? She's in the paint. Defense leaves her, and she's able to knock down a 10-footer, and the Liberty lead at 10-4. Shamika Christian, who is out with a sprained ankle at Phoenix. Liberty still managed to score 84 points. They fell short. Young trying to work on Jackson, who got a piece of it, but also got a piece of Sophia Young. So Tiffany Jackson, her first, and she could be, Mary, an important part of this Liberty team this year. Was last year, as a matter of fact.
Boy, I don't think there's any doubt about it. Last year, when she went out with that recurrence of the tibial fracture, I think it really hurt the Liberty because they couldn't go to that changeup, which was the full court pressure and the three-quarter court pressure. New York, with Tiffany Jackson, were able to do things that no other team really was able to do and execute that kind of defensive mindset. With her back, now she did have surgery in January. She had something called a force plate on her, inserted onto her shin to help displace some of the pressure that her shin was taking. She's feeling great, did not go overseas because of the surgery, so she's rounding into shape. But boy, if she's playing well, really helps this team.
They pound it down low to Christian, who makes the catch, and traveling violation called on the baseline. Turnover. Liberty had some problems with turnovers at Phoenix.
It really did probably cost them the ball game. 20 turnovers, and against a team like Phoenix, they just get going, get out, and run, attack the basket, and that created some free throw opportunities as well.
Three-quarter pressure. Again, the Silver Stars able to get into the front court. Matera's in the ballgame. She threw it away. Katie Matera went to Liberty in her 5th year. 6'8". Great size in the middle.
And she got married in the offseason, so you may know her as Katie Feenstra, and she is on her 2nd tour of duty here with San Antonio. Started her career in San Antonio. Obviously, everyone knows she went to Detroit for a year, then with the Dream a year ago, and had a really good game against New York in Atlanta.
And there's Tiffany Jackson on a hard drive to the basket. 2:10 to go in the first. Liberty by 6.
Jackson matching up with Sophia Young. So much of the focus for New York is just really slowing down Sophia Young, bringing her and Becky Hammond's numbers down, and let the role players be role players.
And a 3-second violation called on San Antonio. It's their 5th turnover.
Leilani Mitchell, pick and roll, beautiful spacing, really opens it up, and you love to see Matera out there in no man's land because last thing 6'8" wants to be playing is a high pick and roll.
Christian working on Darling. And Cravo, as Carson took off to the basket, fires it into the front row.
And that's the sort of unforced errors that at Phoenix cost New York precious opportunities in the 4th quarter.
And the WNBA season beginning 3 weeks later than ever before, June 7th. So another turnover by San Antonio. Can you tell a little more energy, a little more health from the players returning from winter?
I don't think there's any doubt about it because a year ago, Becky Hammond, for instance, was in town for 24 hours and playing her first game with San Antonio. So lots more time to get ready and prepare and be well rested.
And a substitution. Here comes Kia Vaughn. She replaced Catherine Crayville. And Vaughn, once you get to know her, you're going to like her. She's got a great personality. Quiet rookie, but great sense of humor. Spent a little time at the Liberty's training center. Hard drive inside, no good. Rebounded by Carson. And in essence, Carson leads the way. Christian with it. Laura Jackson, up and under move, and out.
Just needs to do a better job of really locating that backboard and not going for the rim.
Here's Hammond. She's being hounded by Essence Carson. Matera's shot goes in along the baseline, and it's 12-8.
She will see a double team every time she touches the ball low, but at 6'8", and at the kind of weight that she has, she really is a very solid presence down there.
Christian with a baseline fadeaway.
Shamika Christian shot the ball extremely well at shoot-around, is very excited to be playing tonight.
Silver Stars, 30 seconds to go in the quarter, 15 to shoot. Here's Belinda Snell in the ballgame. Darling working on Christian, cuts inside, deals it down low to Matera for a bank shot.
Lonnie Mitchell has to get around Christian to locate the basketball.
Mitchell and Hammond matching up. 13 seconds remaining in the quarter. Here's Jackson. Corner to Christian, sets and fires. High arcing three, and it goes in.
It holds that follow through. Helen Darling was having an adventure trying to get to the shooter.
And at the buzzer, Hammond just misses. And that'll end the first 10 minutes of Liberty with a 7-point advantage, 17-10. Essence Carson helping to lead the way. The Liberty off to a good start in San Antonio. Back for the second quarter after this on MSG. In San Antonio, Mike Crispino along with Mary Murphy. There's Sydney Spencer, wears number 6 for the Liberty, her first season here. Here's the player bio you've been looking for, Mary. Sid, that's pretty much what you'd expect. Michael Jordan. And watching HDTV, which I'm a fan of, believe it or not. Not the cooking part. Person you want to meet, Barack Obama. Who wouldn't want to meet him?
Exactly.
So Spencer in, Mitchell, Shamika Christian, Janelle McCarville, and the rookie Kia Vaughn. Liberty by 7 to start the second. They try to pump it down low, and the ball deflected out of bounds.
And the reason she wants to meet Barack Obama, besides the obvious, it means New York will have won a championship in the WNBA. And you get to go to the White House when you do that.
Makes sense. And a whistle blows before the ball is inbounded, and it's on Sydney Spencer. That's her first team foul. So Belinda Snell will go to the line, 4th year in the league. The Silver Stars, coached by Dan Hughes, won 24 games last year and went on to win the Western Conference title before falling in the finals to Detroit.
Nick definitely has a depth advantage over San Antonio. They go deep to the bench. With you bring Spencer in, you bring Vaughn in, Leilani Mitchell.
And Mitchell has her shot blocked by Hammond. And there's 6 seconds on the shot clock. And Becky Hammond says, put that one in my stat sheet.
Exactly right. And if she knows anything, it's how to guard a shorter player. And you do notice the darker hair on Becky Hammond, no longer a blonde. Tell that story a little further as the game rolls on.
All right, here's the steal. Hammond trying to go inside, draws a foul.
Her teammate this winter in Russia, one of them, Janelle McCarville, and as we all know, Janelle is an expert on all things hair. She said, Becky asked her what she thought of going a little darker. Do brunettes have fun? And Janelle put it on a stamp of approval on it. And thinks Becky looks good, blonde, brunette, or whatever. So we're going to have a little conversation.
And Pat Coyle probably wondering, who is that? Oh, that's right. That's Becky. Actually, I saw her walking into the arena at first. I didn't recognize her. She does look good, very fit.
Yeah, she really does look in terrific shape.
Silver Stars within 3 now. Liberty led by 7 to start the quarter. Gravel on the hand to Ashley Battle. They work the perimeter to McCarville. 10 to shoot. Mitchell on a drive in the lane and able to get it to go.
New York with just tremendous spacing, and that allowed Leilani Mitchell to drive baseline and really late help rotation because it was just so wide open.
Liberty made 3 of their first 12 shots, but then 4 of their next 6. And they lead by 5. Here's Vicki Johnson, former Liberty teammate Becky Hammond. Now Ruth Riley, she'll fire and hit for 3.
The Silver Stars do a really solid job with that throwback They bring it to one side and finding the three-point shooter. Riley really picking up the slack in the absence of Ann Waters.
Grayville kicks to McCarville. The open corner jump from Battle, and she drains a rainbow three-pointer, and the Liberty lead by 5.
The whole league knows how much the three-point shot means to New York, and they've needed to pick it up, and they're shooting the ball extremely well so far.
And Hammond is going to draw the foul. Lonnie Mitchell.
The kick out, reverse the basketball, so unselfish. Ashley Battle from the corner. And then just great spacing. Mitchell drives, help rotation late, because you can see all the New York players are beyond the three-point line on that weak side. So for somebody like Ruth Riley, it's a big decision. Do I come all the way in and try to get Mitchell? Because all she's going to do if I do come is kick it back out, reverse it for a three-pointer in the perimeter.
Tomorrow on MSG, celebrate the 15th anniversary of the Rangers' incredible Stanley Cup victory. We'll tell you more about that in just a moment as San Antonio back within 3. Here's McCarville. She's been quiet to start. Grayville fires, and that's off the front rim. Loose ball. McCarville came up with it. Trying to go down low to Battle. They retrieve it, and Liberty has it with 20 seconds to shoot.
Carver breaking high, looking high-low.
On a handoff, it's Christian. Looking on Vicki Johnson. Step back jumper, no good. Long rebound, that time in the hands of Snell. Here's Hammond. Quiet on the outside, trying to drive down low. Gives to Snell, long three, in and out. Rebounded by Ruth Riley, fouled by McCarville. Riley working hard for inside position.
Ruth Riley, a player who has been a star in this league and just gives you whatever you need. She can be a scorer, a rebounder, she can defend, she can come off the bench, she can be a starter. And right now they're just looking to get 8 to 10 points, get solid rebounding from her, and they're going to be in a great position.
So we mentioned tomorrow on MSG, the 15th anniversary of the Rangers' incredible Stanley Cup victory, a marathon of all 4 wins from the '94 finals. Al Trawick, Sam Rosen, the Rangers' 1994 anniversary marathon tomorrow afternoon. Starting at 1, it's part of MSG's summer block party.
One thing that San Antonio is doing a great job of getting to the free throw line. They are playing high contact, they're putting the ball on the floor, and it's the same thing that Phoenix did a good job of, is just really initiating contact and getting to the free throw line.
Becky Hammond goes to the bench.
Assistant coach Sandy Brondello, longtime Olympic player in Australia, one of the assistant coaches here. Played for the Denver team, Detroit, Miami, WNBA before retiring and becoming a coach.
Here is Battle. Estes Carson's back in the ballgame. Grayville, McCarville, Mitchell. Mitchell with 6 to shoot, looking to set something up. Goes to McCarville, spins on the baseline. Now in some trouble. Dumps back out. Mitchell sets, fires off the rim, right side, no good.
A great decision by Carson. She was going to chase after that weak side board, but saw Vicki Johnson leaking out, and she just chased her on down and took away the opportunity for a fast break by San Antonio.
Johnson directing traffic now, guarded by Carson. Battle matching up with Sophia Young. Now Snell with a runner, in and out, got her own rebound. And the Silver Stars have it again.
New York's inability to finish the defensive possession.
And the Silver Stars have the lead. 24-22. Pat Coyle wants a timeout. 6:13 to go here in the second. San Antonio bouncing back. Liberty Western Conference Championship banner for the Silver Stars franchise just before the game. And it joins a few others up there. The 4-time NBA champions, San Antonio Spurs, have won the Western Conference 4 times themselves. So they a perfect 4 for 4 when they get to the finals. Dan Hughes would like to get back there and make amends for what happened in the finals last year. But in this league, there's no guarantees. There's a different champion every year, it seems like.
It's definitely going to be a challenge for Detroit when you think about the injuries that they've had already. And then LA, some folks were acting like they're just going to hand them the championship to begin the season, and they have struggled mightily in the early going.
Battle nearly turned it over, and she retrieves it. They say it's a traveling violation.
6th turnover for New York.
You've had Phoenix, you've had Seattle, Sacramento winning the last few seasons. Detroit, of course, 3 times. They've been separated by a few seasons.
3 in the last 6.
Snell fires an NBA 3. That one's well short. Ruth Riley has another rebound. Snell right to the bucket, misses. Loose ball, Battle chases it down and cannot retrieve it. Ends up right in front of us.
Real quality minutes out of Snell against Phoenix in the opener. Barely played.
Well, Phoenix is speaking. Phoenix, they're off to a good start. They won their first 2 games.
You have Diana Taurasi on your team. Cappie Pondexter, Tangela Smith. You had a couple other players of that lineup, and you're going to be dynamite. Pondexter was outstanding against New York the other night.
Sophia Young gives the Stars their biggest lead of the ball game. They've gone 12 of 12 from the line. They've only made 6 field goals. Liberty has 9, but they still trail. Here's Christian lining one up, misses it. Vicki Johnson on the run.
After 17 points in the first quarter, New York's offense has really ground to a halt.
Frazee fires. That rimmed in and out. Loose ball. Who has it? Carson comes up with it. The Liberty offense just 5 points in the quarter. Here's Carson. She's bumped along the baseline.
Carson much more aggressive than a year ago. Takes it right into the body as Sophia Young tries to shut off that baseline move. Lori Moore comes back to the ballgame. Leilani Mitchell will sit.
Moore runs the offense between the circles. 4.5 to go here in the half. Carville has not been able to score yet. This one well short. Loose ball. Lena Larkin's got her hand on it for the moment, but couldn't bring it down. And Young fires again. This one's an air ball, though. Liberty in their 13th season. Into the postseason 9 times. Looking for their first victory in the new year's. Lori Moore's pull-up jumper. That's well short. Deflected long to Carson. And they get a new shot clock. McCarville has the ball stripped, but a foul called on Sophia Young. Second team foul on San Antonio.
When you're an all-defensive team with the kind of skills that Sophia Young has, I think when you're standing behind people, you just think you're quick enough to get a piece of that without fouling.
So Larkins is in the ballgame, gives to McCarville. McCarville on a drive, floats it up, and she's fouled. Able to draw the foul, and Janelle McCarville will go to the line looking for a couple of free throws. Liberty only had 2 free throws up to this point. They'll get the 3rd and 4th here.
Becky Hammond will be checking into the ball game at her first opportunity.
And Janelle off target. Tomorrow night on MSG, don't miss a special Stanley Cup edition of MSG Hockey Night Live, presented by Blimpie. Al Trotwig with MSG's team of experts, Dave Maloney, Butch Goring, Ken Danico. An in-depth breakdown of the Stanley Cup Finals tomorrow night at 7 here on MSG.
New York extends 3/4 court pressure.
In the corner, it's Hammond guarded by Christian. And the ball stolen by Lori Moore. Nice job there stepping in. Lori on the run, trying to beat Carson, but picked off by Snell. Comes Hannah with a nice feed. And Ruth Riley with a catch and layup.
Becky Hammond with the look away. Sweet pass inside to Ruth Riley. Sometimes when you gamble, you get burned, and New York got burned on that one.
They work to Moore on the perimeter. Hard drive inside. Moore lays it up and in. And the Liberty cut the lead to 3, 28-25. San Antonio on an 11-3 run.
Mike, don't you sense that Lori Moore is just a little more aggressive with the basketball, really putting it down and getting herself into the paint?
Well, definitely. She looks more agile, certainly, tonight. Getting more healthy, as she told you before the game. Here's Frazee inside on McCarville. Missed the shot. Nice defense by Janelle. 2:40 left here in the first. Christian sets, fires off target.
Nice looking set, came off the staggered screen, clean, just couldn't get it to go down.
Liberty 2 of 11 from three-point range. These problems continue. They had a difficulty in Phoenix as Young goes up and she's fouled by Larkins. I think it's Larkins. Might have been McCarville. They're both there. We'll find out. There's timeout on the.
I think in 10 years anyone's going to even remember that Brett Favre ever played for the Jets.
Of course they are. Jets fans will be anguished. They're in a perpetual state of anguish.
Quick update on the Silver Stars. Erin Busher, now she goes by Erin Kupericlu, got married in the offseason. She is sick with the flu, will try to play in this game, possibly is dressed. And Edwige Lawson-Wade is sick with the flu and did not dress for this game. So they are going, when you're sick, you usually get wrapped up real warm in your warm-ups with towels. She's one of the real go-to players for this team. Great defender.
Comeback player of the year, right?
Exactly
a couple
right.
Of years ago.
So they've had to dig a little deeper into the bench, and their bench has definitely responded.
Larkins with a nice move inside, but misses. Rebounded by Crayville. Liberty down by 4. Busher's husband, by the way, plays professionally in Greece. Here's Moore's shot. She got her own rebound. Kicks it out to Crayville. They work to Carson. Pull-up jumper by Essence, no good. Rebound Darling, and she has a wide-open running teammate, but can't get it to her. As Carson back to intercept.
Boy, she does such a great job, Essence Carson, recognizing transition coming the other way. You take the shot at one end, and you're the one that gets back. You are really playing heads-up D.
Carson, a terrific athlete. Here's Crayville to fire. That one rims in. And let's see, the basket counts. And there's a foul by Ruth Riley under the basket. So the Liberty get within 2. I guess they called it a 2. As she's on the line.
Definitely. I really think if you're Catherine Crayville, though, you're just so happy that ball went in. You don't care if it's a 2 or a 3. Just struggled mightily with her outside shot. Taking great shots, just not going down.
Yeah, Crayville to start the season, not herself. Had gone 0 of 13. That one was a 2. So Elena Larkins will go to the line here, try to get the Liberty a point closer.
Dan Hughes with the technical foul.
Second year from North Carolina, and Larkins cuts it to 1. Dan Hughes is
I can't believe
got that look.
Yeah, I can't believe I got a T look. Dan, you said something.
Yes, he did. Probably something he can't repeat. And Christian ties the ball game up. So a 4-point play right there.
What a great guy Dan Hughes is, though. Great to talk to about basketball, about life. Terrific mentor. Loves rock and roll.
Well, he coached in Cleveland, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's the place to be.
All of his ties are music related.
Here's Hammond off the screen, missed the shot. Fight on the boards, and it comes up in the hands of Carson. She's on the run.
Boy, Becky Hammond has struggled so far in this game and has really not gotten it going yet.
Carson to the bucket, left hand, no good. Rebound, Matsura. And they turned it over.
Again, another great opportunity. New York just not able to take advantage.
Here's Hammond down the lane, pick and roll to Young. Matsura rebounds, and there's a foul call.
I have to agree with Patty Coyle. I thought Sophia Young traveled before taking the shot. And a big job to try to take Matera off the offensive boards when she has camped out on that weak side.
So Matera will go to the line. 6'8" out of Liberty.
Signed as a free agent by San Antonio. Shot 54% with the Dream a year ago.
She misses. And Friday night, the Liberty return to MSG's summer block party. They tip off at the Garden against the same team. Silver Stars will be in New York. Live coverage underway at 7:30 Friday night here on MSG. And 2 misses. Loose ball. Mitchell came up with it. Final minute. Liberty can take the lead into the locker room. Christian working on Darling. Screen, sets, fires. No, rims in and out. Rebounded by San Antonio. 34 seconds left. 20 to shoot. Vicki Johnson, she's been quiet. Now Hammond trying to set up Mitchell. Crosses over, spins inside, gives it up, lost the ball. Vicki Johnson got it. She will not get the shot off. A shot clock violation. So the Liberty will have 13 plus seconds to get a good shot. We're all tied at 29, and Jamaica Christian inbounds it to Leilani Mitchell. Come the Liberty. Mitchell cuts inside all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. With 3.8 seconds left in the half, Liberty by 2. Here's Darling. Gives it up to Hammond. She'll get it off. Half-court fire. No! Off the front rim. And the Liberty, that led by 7 after 1, takes a 2-point lead into the break. 31-29 on the drive by Leilani Mitchell in the final seconds. And here's Becky Hammond's last attempt. This one from half court, and it nearly goes in off the front rim and off target. Let's go courtside with Mary Murphy.
Thanks a lot. Shamika, how are you feeling? I know you've been struggling a little bit with the ankle.
I'm feeling a little bit better. I got to practice in yesterday, and I did shoot around this morning, so I'm feeling a lot better.
You know, a solid first half by you guys, but the third quarter is what really hurt at Connecticut. The fourth quarter at Phoenix. What do you need to do to win this game?
Ever since, actually the beginning of the season, our point of emphasis is playing hard for 40 minutes, and obviously those 2 games we didn't do that. Right now, the most important thing that we're going to go in and talk about now is coming out and starting strong for the third quarter and getting ahead.
It's nice to see you back out there. Good luck in the second half. Back to you, Mike.
All right, thank you, Mary. Thanks to Shamika Christian. Liberty leading at 31-29 at the break. We'll return in a moment to the AT&T Center in San Antonio.
I am joined by Ann Donovan. Ann, first of all, it's great to see you here. Your impressions of the first half. You talked about limiting the stars on this team. You guys did a great job of that.
Yeah, I think we did. I think we made Becky work hard, and Sophia, same thing. Most of their points have come from the free throw line, so we expect they'll come out aggressive in the second half and look for more production. But if we keep focused on what we're doing, we should be in good shape there. We just got to take care of some other matchups.
I know we talked to Shamika about this. Only 6 points in the third quarter against Connecticut. A real tough fourth quarter at Phoenix. What do you need to do in this second half to really pull it through all 40 minutes?
We felt like third quarter has been our problem in the past. First and third quarter is what we talked about in the history. And so we took care of the third quarter against Phoenix and then didn't close out the game. So we just need a good, strong 20 minutes in the second half and really get focused and get after it.
Thanks for joining us, Ann. We're going to send it on back to Mike.
All right, thanks, Mary. Thanks to Ann Donovan as the Liberty lead by 2 at the break. They led 17-10 after 1. Despite shooting 33%, only 2 3-pointers by the Liberty, only 2 by the Silver Stars as well. In the paint, the Liberty 16-6, the advantage. The free throw line, as Ann Donovan mentioned, where the Silver Stars are able to keep themselves in the ballgame and actually get a lead of 5 in the second quarter, converting 13 of 16. Liberty only 5 of 6. I mentioned 9 Liberty players in the scoring column, and they got some good help off the bench from Leilani Mitchell. 4 points. Tiffany Jackson with a couple of points. Shamika Christian 8. And Erlena Larkins added 1 as well. And the Liberty starters, Janelle McCarville with 3. Essence Carson's 4. Lori Moore 4. 3 by Ashley Battle. Now, Janelle McCarville was a teammate of Becky Hammond, her opponent tonight over in Russia. There they are before the game. I'm sure recalling some of those long winter nights in Russia playing professionally. And here is Becky Hammond.
J-Mac. I love playing with J-Mac, first of all. Like, she's a fun player to play with. She makes everybody around her better. She's so creative. I mean, sometimes in practice she does these moves. Like, you're hooting and hollering like it's, you know, the WNBA finals, some of the moves that she does. Just super creative, very smart. So she helps us a lot. And then she's always a great personality in the locker room. And I thoroughly loved playing with her. We had some nice hookups, me and her, overseas. And got to get a pretty good read on her. So I keep telling our post players, look, she is tricky. She's very tricky, man. If she gets along that baseline, she's liable to finish on a reverse layup on you or go behind the back to somebody cutting back over there. She's just a fun player. I think she's great for our league. And I'm hoping she comes back. I want to keep her in Russia with me.
Becky's got 2 more years contractually in Russia. And actually, when Janelle McCarville got here to San Antonio, the team had some time after leaving Phoenix. She was out at Becky's home just outside the city for dinner. So even though they're opponents now, tonight they were having a friendly dinner. And a nice move that time. Vicki Johnson, great assist to Ruth Riley, and we're tied at 31.
Ruth Riley really showing you the great skills that she has. We've seen her hit from the outside, move on the pick and roll, great hands near the basket.
Here's Carson, isolated, along the sideline, down low to Crayville, spins in traffic, missed the banker. Liberty 12 of 37 on the game. Hammond very quiet, 0 for 4 in the first, missed all 4 3-pointers. Nice up and under move. And Sophia Young now's got 9.
And Donovan talked so much yesterday at practice about really shutting down Sophia Young. You don't need her to heat up. Riley late with the help. And once again, Crayveld with the post up. She'll get to the line. Sophia Young, one of the best there is, puts it on the floor. Beautiful head fake. Uses that pivot foot effectively to just kind of launch and just step right to the bucket. Out of Baylor, played for Kim Mulkey.
Prolific scorer. It is 4th in WNBA MVP voting. Outstanding player. And, well, we heard that former Erin Busher, newly married, was ill. Wasn't going to be able to play, but she's in the ball game.
Has been around the league. Minnesota, Charlotte, Sacramento, San Antonio, and been very good at each one of those stops. A glue kind of player. Nice defender, can shoot the 3. Maybe halftime they were able to get some fluids into her. Full court pressure by New York.
Erin Paparaclu is her married name. Here is Hammond against the pressure, 3-quarter. Crayville trying to guard her, and they do get it into the front court.
New York had some solid success with the pressure they showed in the first half.
Ducking underneath is Sophia Young, and she ends up on the floor and draws the foul.
Really sense that she has taken it upon herself to be much more aggressive offensively than she was in the first half. And the parade to the free throw line for San Antonio commences once again. They did a solid job in the first half, 13 of 16.
She was one of a record 4 rookies to be voted into the 2006 WNBA All-Star game. Led the Silver Stars in scoring and rebounding as a rookie. Unanimous all-rookie choice. Misses them both, and we're still tied.
Christian must be feeling very well. Starts the second half in place of Ashley Battle.
Carville on a nice move. Ducks inside for the banker.
I love possessions where Janelle McCarville gets a touch because, like we heard from Becky Hammond, she makes things happen, usually good things for her teammates.
Yeah, excellent passer. Here's Helen Darling charging inside, throws up a wild shot. Crayville picks up the loose ball.
And you have to take advantage. Darling is just getting back into the play. You have numbers.
Moore to Christian, back to Lori Moore. Corner jump, can't get it off, and it's a traveling violation. As Becky Hammond closed out beautifully.
Janelle McCarville, beautiful pass inside, and that hard swing through with the strength that she has in her arms and her lower body finds the space. And at the other end, it's the flying Becky Hammond defense. A little disconcerting for Shamika Christian in the corner.
Close game, nobody's led by double figures yet. Liberty's big advantage was 7, San Antonio by 5. Along the baseline they work, and it's deflected into the hands of McCarville. Here's Carson on the run. She'll take a look over the offense. Moving her traffic, fadeaway jumper, good. She is patenting that move.
Really understood the disadvantage. Perperalou trying to guard her, and she's able to put it on the floor. And great decision making by Essence Carson.
Dan Hughes wants a timeout. It's a full timeout. I'll tell you, that is a tough move to defend. It's a tough move to convert. And Essence Carson has given the Liberty a 4-point lead.
Essence Carson, little hesitation, rises up. 2, Essence.
Turn to MSG's summer block party. They tip off at the Garden against the Silver Stars. Live coverage underway at 7:30 Friday night here on MSG. So these two teams will see each other twice within a week. And the Liberty have back-to-back games with Indiana's Fever.
A real back-to-back.
Yeah, real.
Old-fashioned back-to-back.
Friday, Saturday with travel. That's a tough one. Especially for both teams really have to get in the flight Saturday morning, play a game Saturday night. Here's Perperaclou on the drive, banks it up, no good, tipped out of bounds by San Antonio.
It's a really interesting schedule, especially if you're San Antonio. You start the season in Phoenix, and then you wait a week, you play New York, and then you wait 6 days and you play at New York. I mean, they are basically having another mini training camp, all getting ready for New York. That's been their entire focus for a week.
It's like an NFL schedule. You get a week
exactly
to prepare.
right.
Sometimes that's too much time in basketball. Here's McCarville, hand to Carson, spins in traffic again, puts it up, no good, off balance that time. Rebounded by Snell.
The length of Snell there, who's getting extended minutes in this game after playing very little at Phoenix.
Hammond trying to get a shot off, now dumps it down low, intercepted by Crayville, and Carson has it picked off by Perperaclou. Young banks it in. And San Antonio back within 2. Young leads the way with 9 now. And a turnover. They try to dump it down low, went through Carville's hands.
So empty possessions for New York. You get yourself on a roll, you're on a 5-0 run, and then turnover, steal at one end, and then you throw it out of bounds once again.
That's what Pat Coyle was talking about before the game. We went inside the locker room, picked up on her pregame speech, and she was talking about possessions no matter when they are. Vicki Johnson off balance, no good. McCarville has it. And it's true. You know, a turnover 3 minutes into the second half can be as costly as one in the final minute.
There's no doubt about it. And then when you tack 2 or 3 together, it really creates a bad run the wrong direction.
McCarville missed the layup. Tipped it loose. Johnson on the run. Looking for help.
Well played by Essence Carson.
And Perperaclou finds Johnson open as the Liberty got crossed up defensively.
Well, Janelle McCarville just stopped it at the foul line, didn't continue down and defend the low post.
Here's Christian. She had 8 first-half points. Now trying to move on. Vicki drives inside, banks it up. No, went in and out. Johnson on the run. Snell. Perperaclou in the corner, missed it. And Lori Moore able to come up with a rebound.
Outstanding box out by Lori Moore. Just held off a couple of Silver Stars and was able to secure it. Slows it down a little bit, looking for the execution.
Liberty holding their own on the boards here tonight. Here's Carson. Down low to McCarville. Spin baseline short. Now Vicki Johnson all the way to the bucket, banks it left-handed, and she's fouled.
Patented VJ move. She's naturally left-handed, so moving to her left and then sort of fading away from the bucket. It is a tough defend. The pass out of the triple team and just sneaks right on by, and Janelle McCarville just lost track of Vicki Johnson on that play.
Well, Vicki Johnson on the line. Her first game in this league came in June of 1997. Liberty beat the Sparks. She played 28 minutes, scored 13 points. And here she is 13 years later. Her final season.
And think about some of the people she's played with the New York Liberty. Kim Hampton, obviously retired for quite some time. Teresa Weatherspoon, now the head coach at Louisiana Tech, where both Teresa and VJ play. Sue Wicks, college coach. She has outlasted them all.
Graybell dumps it down low through the hands of Tiffany Jackson. And head to Johnson. And Mitchell fouls her, holds her up. Saw Vicki Johnson walking in, actually to talk to you in the pregame interview. Gave me a big hug. I said, what is this retirement stuff? You can still play. She said, I gotta do it, gotta do it. But she's gonna give it another year. These 34 regular season games in the postseason, hopefully for her. 6 straight points now by San Antonio. Sophia Young inside, blocked by Tiffany Jackson.
This is an important game for Tiffany Jackson. It's her home state. She went to UT. A lot of family and friends in the audience, and nice block there. Every minute she's on the floor, she wants to make something happen.
On the inbound, and it's deflected off of, let's see, off the hands of Shamika Christian.
Shamika Christian, who played in Russia during the offseason. First time in Russia. She had been playing in Spain for years. And Russia is no Spain.
Oh, her stories on media day. Oh, man. Russia in the winter, where she was, and she was not in Moscow. She was out further away from the big city. It was pretty grim weather-wise. The drive deflected, loose ball, Young inside, no good. Rebound, Larkins, loose on the floor. And Vicki Johnson comes up with it. Snell launches, no good. And Jackson comes up with it, and they say it's a foul on the Liberty.
Boy, the lid was going to come off this arena if that 3 by Snell went down. Wild action here in the third quarter. The drive, no foul called. Orlana Larkins going at it inside. Sophia Young just continues to stay with it.
San Antonio ends up with it. Darling on the drive, no good, and Larkins comes up with it. That's a big rebound on that possession.
Yeah, that's surviving, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Here's Carson. Gives to Larkins. They work the perimeter. Jackson, rather. They get it back to Tiffany. Down low. Now Christian. Little jab step move. Pull up in traffic. In and out. Larkins and Jackson doing great work on the boards, but couldn't come up with that one. Ellen Darling, the veteran from Penn State, 9th year. Gives to Bukaricus. Up and under move. No good. Rebound Jackson.
Nice job by Essence Carson, really defending that tough.
Here's Mitchell. Liberty looking something for Christian. Drive right by Vicki Johnson, banks it in.
Spacing cannot get any better. You want a clinic on spacing? Take a look at that replay. Everyone kicks out to the three-point line. Shamika Christian just coasts in for 2.
Now you're sounding like a coach.
It was beautiful to watch.
Here's Darling. Pericles isolated here. Goes by Jackson and lays it in.
Just cleared the side. Once you get by your matchup, it was clear sailing.
Now they feed it to Christian.
Big switch. Darling trying to guard Larkins. There's no contest inside. They don't get her the ball.
Jackson on a drive. Kick out. Open to Carson. It's short. And a loose ball foul on Sophia Young.
Leilani Mitchell comes on down. Shamika Christian, no help in sight because the spacing is so good and you're so worried about the three-point shooters in New York. You've got to stay out on them.
That foul, by the way, was on Helen Darling, not Sophia Young.
Darling got her from below.
Mitchell, Larkins.
For the high-low, not there.
At Jackson, they work the perimeter. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Superstars closing off the paint right now. Here's Battle charging inside, lost the ball, deflected off her leg, I believe. No, it's off San Antonio.
Becky Hammond, Helen Darling doing their best in a lawyerly way to say,
The Liberty only have 3 seconds to shoot, though. So they're going to have to get something off quickly. Christian sees it, fires, got it! Beat the shot clock. Big shot by Shamika Christian.
Outstanding job of really recognizing the situation and where to get yourself to get a shot off.
Final minute and a half of the third.
Mitchell on Hammond. Doesn't turn the corner.
From the double team on Young. Cross-court interception by Christian. She's running with it. All the way to the basket, banks it up and in. Shamika Christian coast to coast.
She really looks impressive. Hard to believe she's got a bad ankle, and she does.
1 minute remaining.
This lineup has really energized the Liberty.
And Christian off the bench with 14 now.
She is all over Helen Darling.
Final minute. Here's Hammond looking to set up something offensively. Mitchell doing a nice job staying in front of her. Spins in traffic. Wild shot, no good. Rebound Larkins.
Mitchell being pesty defensively. Hammond just cannot get her offense going.
And it's nearly stolen. But a loose ball foul as Mitchell goes down, ends up tangled up with Hammond. And it's San Antonio's ball. Essence Carson in. Shamika Christian will come out with 34.8 remaining. That was the 15th foul on the Liberty.
And a real costly foul. Mitchell has possession, loses possession. The defense by Hammond, and Hammond gets fouled. And Becky Hammond has not made a field goal, has not made a three.
That was a case of a veteran taking advantage of a second-year player, I think, that last sequence.
You could kind of feel it happening, couldn't you?
And Hammond able to tie the ball game up at 43.
So Becky hasn't made a field goal, and yet San Antonio is tied. It really speaks to what their bench has been able to do. Zone defense now by San Antonio on this possession.
10-second differential between game and shot clock here at the end of the third. Dangerous pass cross court. Carson, baseline jumper, no good. Loose ball back in her hands, and they'll have 9 seconds. She takes it inside, deals it back to Mitchell.
Gotta go.
Inside, off balance, block shot material. Hammond at the buzzer one more time. And that one off the rim. So we're headed to the final 10 minutes, tied at 43. Liberty in San Antonio against the defending Western Conference champions.
Shamika Christian will sit to begin the fourth quarter, but she has been outstanding. Came off the bench playing on the bad ankle. 14 points on 6 of 12 shooting, and whether it's putting the ball on the floor on the drive or the pull-up, she has been money when her teams needed her. Defensively, great anticipation, exactly what you want off the trap. Freelance on that weak side, and then take it, a little hang time. Shamika Christian leading the way for the New York Liberty. Catching some quick rest here to start this quarter, so she'll be ready to go. It's all knotted up in San Antonio.
So the Liberty will bring Lori Moore, Tiffany Jackson, Elena Larkins, Essence Carson, and Ashley Battle to the floor to start the fourth.
San Antonio continues with the monster zone.
Nice cut by Battle, missed the shot. Rebound no good by Larkins. Play was there, but couldn't convert.
Again, Becky Hammond has not made a field goal in the game.
She scored 57 points against the Liberty last year in 2 games. Both victories by San Antonio. Here's Carson.
Maybe could have gotten it quickly to Jackson, but once you settle in, Matera's so big in there at 6'8", you don't want to just lead her right into the block.
And they've dropped into a zone. They're going to force the Liberty to score from outside. They haven't been able to do it very often. Here's Carson down the baseline in some traffic, and a jump ball is called.
You mentioned perimeter shooting. New York so far just 2 of 13 from three-point range.
San Antonio not much better.
The 2-3 zone, trapping on the baseline, and Helen Darling. Let's get physical.
Now,
How is that not a foul?
Come on, how do you reach around someone and not foul them? That's nearly impossible.
I think it's safe to say that was not all ball.
Might have been all ball, but it was all everything else.
Yes, exactly.
All right, Sydney Spencer's getting set to check in. Carson wins the tip back to Lori Moore. Moore's pull-up jumper is well short. Ruth Riley has the board. Riley now 5 rebounds, 9 points. Darling and Hammond have gone 0 for 8 in the backcourt shooting so far for San Antonio. Here's Hammond inside, bank, no good. Rebound, Matera foul.
I think it's a good foul. I mean, she's 2 feet from the basket at 6'8". That's probably just automatic. Foul or make her earn it at the line. Decent free throw shooter, shot 75% last year at Atlanta. 70% for her career.
And wholesale changes here by Pat Coyle. Is Shamika Christian back in, along with Sydney Spencer, Catherine Cravel, and Janelle McCarville as Matera goes to the line. And the first is no good. She's had her problems. And that is where the Silver Stars have spent an awful lot of time tonight, Mary. 17 of 23.
In many ways, it's what kept them even in that first half.
Liberty's had 8 opportunities. San Antonio 24. Stars by 1. 8.5 to go.
Dan Hughes does not come out of the zone. He stays with it. New York with the new lineup. You've got Shamika Christian, Sid Spencer.
And McCarville knocks one down. That's a big bucket for her because they found that space in the zone. Liberty has the lead.
Exactly right, Mike. That sweet spot right in the middle at the top.
If you can score from there, that'll get San Antonio out of that zone. Hammond on a drive. Feeds back to Matera. Jump shot no good, and Cravel comes up with it.
And Becky not even looking for a shot now, really looking to set up others, which she does a great job of. Goodness, after watching her warm up this afternoon, we thought, wow.
Here's McCarville, looks back to Moore. The return pass. Kicks back to Laurie, who launches a 3. Back rim no good. Loose ball deflected by McCarville. Good hustle by Janelle, but it ends up in the hands of the coach. Silver Stars basketball in a timeout. Dan Hughes wants to talk it over. 7:40. What's the name of that song again? You asked them to play it, and I forget.
I totally forget. But it's hot to have a coat and tie on tonight out on the Riverwalk. It's about 95 here.
It's hard to play that trumpet. All right, all summer long, Monday is movie night on MSG. Don't miss the fascinating true story of Ruth Lovelace, the boys basketball coach at Brooklyn's famed Boys and Girls High. Find out what it's like to be a woman among boys, Monday night at 8, part of MSG's summer block party.
So who's going to heat up? San Antonio shooting 27%, New York 33%.
On the drive, Snell right to the basket, missed the layup. Rebound, Sydney Spencer. There have been a number of misses in close by both teams.
So with Matera out, San Antonio goes back man-to-man.
On the backdoor cut, Christian gets it, backs it in. Nice pass by Catherine Cravel.
Sensational job clearing through on that back screen. Nice pass, and the timing by Shamika Christian. Not in a hurry. Make it count.
Now Lori Moore's going to match up with Becky Hammond. Becky fires, and no good, off target, and a rebound, Lori Moore. Hammond now 0 for 7. Christian, McCarville, Spencer, Cravel, and Moore. Pick and roll. McCarville misses the bank.
Right now, New York really working on Helen Darling. On back screens, on ball screens, just trying to make her have to defend Shamika Christian.
Here's Riley. They go up top to Young, blocked by McCarville, and a foul call. A late whistle as McCarville went up and looked like she got the block.
Not many players in the league could have caught that pass, but a very late call. Not called until McCarville was laying on the floor.
Sophia Young will go to the line, have a chance here.
This is one area San Antonio has been outstanding. Before this free throw, 18 of 24, 75%.
Well, the home team has had the advantage on the foul line tonight. 25 attempts to 8 for the Liberty. Young's second is up. That one's good. He's got 13 points to lead the way, the only Silver Star player in double figures.
New York's done a terrific job of defending both her and Becky Hammond.
Carvo kicking it to Spencer, nowhere to go, back to Christian. Guided by Paparaku. Christian charges inside, contact, and she'll go to the line. Nice stutter step move by Shamika Christian.
And a real veteran play. Was going to have difficulty getting that shot off, so make sure you're getting into the body. Draw the contact. Get the attention of the referee and get yourself to the free throw line.
Christian on the line, game's high score at 16, make it 17. San Antonio's won 14 consecutive regular season games against Eastern Conference teams. They swept the East last year. Big reason why they went 24-10 on the season. They were actually 10-10 against the West last year.
And they have defeated New York 5 straight times. So New York really trying to do something they haven't done in a while.
Tiffany Jackson in to replace McCarville.
Look for some full court pressure off the make.
And Christian has another point. She's got 18. Liberty by 3. Under 6 minutes to go.
Essence Carson now moves over to Becky Hammond as she enters the game. Moore moves to Vicki Johnson.
And they find Hammond along the sideline. Couple of moves, ducks inside, feeds to Young, and again she draws the foul.
Moves so well without the basketball. But once you get the penetration by Becky Hammond and the help rotation comes, really frees up that lane for the pass.
5 minutes, 40 seconds left in the ball game, and right now Sophia Young's offense carrying the day for San Antonio. Misses though.
And Mike, right now the offense for San Antonio is the free throw line.
What a run Baylor had in 2005. The most outstanding player was Sophia Young. She's come into the WNBA since then and been a star.
I think you could use the word magical. No one expected it until to that very final game. I don't think anyone thought Baylor had a shot. Proved everybody wrong.
That's the beauty of sports. Ruth Jackson. Now Moore. Crayveld firing, hitting. That's a big basket for Catherine Crayveld.
Welcome
she
back,
has struggled.
Catherine Crayveld, the three-point line.
And you know what? She shot it without thinking. That's key. If you're a shooter, you cannot think.
And if you're Dan Hughes, that's about the worst scenario, is to see Catherine Crayveld knock down a three-pointer.
Here's Hammond. Got away with a push-off and is able to get the bucket to go.
And there's no doubt about it. That's an offensive foul on Becky Hammond for extending the elbow and the forearm and pushing off, but she creates space and gets the shot to finally go down.
Carson trying to work it down low instead. Outside they go. Now Moore feeds back to Christian, sets and launches and drains a three.
New York is coming alive behind the three-point line. Christian, Crayveld, 2 of the league's best a year ago.
Nobody is led by double figures. Close game all the way. Again, Young puts it up off balance and deflects it. Let's see, the Liberty touched it last.
Lori Moore penetrates the dish, the screen. Christian knocks down the three. And then she comes down and plays defense on Sophia Young, and she's doing a great job of it.
Christian has 21 points, all off the bench. did not start tonight. Here's Hammond launching in the corner, and look out. Becky Hammond finally has a three-pointer. It's a three-point game.
When you're one of the best in the game, you're not going to be held down for 40 minutes, and Becky Hammond is coming alive.
Got a couple buckets now in a row. Down low, Jackson in traffic. Put it up, no good. Loose ball. Vicki Johnson has it.
It's double dribbled.
Here's Hammond just seeking an open space. She gets one and hits.
Completely left alone. She looked around. No one picked her up. Do not give Becky Hammond an invitation to shoot the basketball.
And the Liberty's got to regroup. Their 6-point lead is gone. Becky Hammond now with 8 quick points. We're tied at 55. And I believe it's a 20-second timeout. Here's a look.
Becky Hammond and Essence Carson switched. No one switched on to Becky Hammond. Left alone, and she will make you pay.
Hammond has gone 0 for 6 before those last 3 field goals. 3:43 left. We're tied at 55.
So the message Patty Coyle has given her team, get back to what we were doing. Know where Becky Hammond is. Know where Sophia Young is. Get low with your feet. Get over those screens. Double down if Young is low. Dan Hughes is telling his team, don't let New York crank out the threes.
Both teams were shooting poorly from outside, but they've made 4 threes between them here in the last couple of minutes.
New York dominating in the point. They've got 30 points in the paint. The Silver Stars just 16, but it's the difference at the foul line. New York just 9 of 10. San Antonio 21 of 28.
Out on the feet. Lauren Moore right to the basket. Deals in the corner to Christian for 3. It's no good. And the loose ball in the hands of Vicki Johnson.
Moore may have given up a 2 for an attempt at a 3.
Johnson in the handoff to Hammond. She's got Carson chasing. Kicks in the corner to Helen Darling. Over Christian. In and out. Loose ball. McCarville comes up with it.
Craigo battling for that rebound. Was able to knock it over to Janelle McCarville. New York gets to work. Man-to-man defense by San Antonio.
Here's Carson down low to McCarville. Facing up. Spins in traffic. Lost the ball.
Becky Hammond, her teammate in Russia, just dropped right off and double teamed it.
3:01 left.
Court pressure by New York.
They get it to Hammond. Carson gambling. Now Hammond down the lane. Vicki Johnson won't shoot it back to Hammond. Cuts inside. Back out to Darling for 3, and she's got it.
New York playing catch-up that entire possession and never quite got there. Darling with the big 3.
2:40 remaining. McCarville working on Riley. Cuts inside. Back outside to Crayville. She tries to answer. Can't do it. Loose ball. Hammond tips it. Vicki Johnson on the run. Lays it in. And there's a timeout on the floor as San Antonio, with 2:15 left, has a Coyle's speech.
We all know the job that we have to get done. We all know it, okay? But it's got to be for 40 minutes, and it's got to be 40 solid minutes every night, okay? And again, guys, what's going to happen? We take care of these things together. We're going to make it happen, okay? And that's the most important things.
And solid minutes does not mean 2 to 3 minutes where you break down and you have a bad lapse and you go from being up 6 to down 5. An 11-0 run by San Antonio. And we asked the question, Mike, who was going to take control of this ball game? It was out there just waiting for someone to seize it. And at this point, at first it was New York, and San Antonio took it right on back.
Only 6 points early on for Hammond. A 10-0 run right now in 11-0 run, rather, by San Antonio in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Hammond, 2 minutes to go, and a 5-point advantage. Guarded by Carson. Yeah, that's a moving screen by Ruth Riley, so the turnover gives the Liberty back the ball with 1:53 to go. They have one timeout and a 20. San Antonio has 2 20s left in a 5-point ball game. And Pat Coyle wants a timeout because the Liberty wasn't getting into the offense he was looking for. It's 20. Crucial point in the game, 1:45 left, down by 5.
No doubt about it. You've got to come away with points, whether it's a 2 or a 3, a drive to the basket. You've got to come away with something. New York can be ready to get right into some full court pressure if need be.
And a look inside the huddle of the Silver Stars, Dan Hughes. Becky Hammond's come on strong here in the 4th quarter.
Boy, there is no doubt about it. It's been all Becky Hammond. The pull-up against tough defense by Essence Carson. Out of bounds. Comes to the ball. No hesitation. New York just lost track. The communication just broke down, and Becky Hammond has one thing in mind this season, and that's a WNBA championship, and did not want to go 0-2 to start this season. New York needs to do a little something here to have something to say.
14 points for Hammond. Here's Christian looking to set up.
Time wasted.
McCarville, a double teamer and a foul called. So Janelle McCarville with 1.5 minutes to go.
Talk about a bailout. McCarville had no lane for a shot. Shot clock was at 2. So now you get the clock stopped. But New York's going to have to score. No free throws opportunities. Just the 2nd team foul on San Antonio this quarter.
So the side out. Grayville to Christian. McCarville again with Riley. Back to Lori Moore. Fires and no good. Rebound McCarville inside. Missed the layup. Oh, she had a point-blank chance. And she knew it. But Ruth Riley fouls her. And that should put McCarville on the line, I believe. No, it won't. It's not a shooting foul.
McCarville in there battling with 3 Silver Stars, trying to come away with it. A little confusion on the floor for San Antonio.
And Ruth Riley will come out. And she is fouled out of the ball game.
Played very well.
Here's McCarville now working down against Johnson. Kick back out to Carson, who fires and hits. 3-pointer, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Full court pressure, man-to-man.
Minute 3. Hammond. Plenty of time left. Working on Carson.
Nice screen for Hammond.
Running some clock, 10 seconds to shoot. Crossover, inside, left hand, good. 4-point game. Here's Grayville down low to McCarville, can't make the catch.
That high-low pass has just not made the connection tonight.
It was there, it just did not happen. And there's a timeout on the floor. 33.4 left.
Becky Hammond, clock is running down. She has drained it all down herself. The crossover, late help, doing what she does best, taking control of a ball game at crunch time.
And the left hand went in. Hammond with 16. She had been virtually shut out.
Essence Carson, the dish by McCarville, nails the 3. Pulled New York to within 2.
Hammond with 10 fourth quarter points. As Patty Coyle, final instructions here. Silver Stars are out of timeouts. The Liberty have 1 remaining. low-scoring affair. Both teams have been scoring the basketball early in the season pretty well. Try to get it in, and let's see, do they do it? Yes, they do. They try to run as much as the clock as they can. Liberty with 3 team fouls. And Hammond driving on Carson. Puts it up, no good. Chipped up. McCarville has it. And let's see, a timeout whistled with 12.1 remaining.
It's going to be a full. McCarville was looking for someone to outlet the ball to. Obviously, New York wants the ball advanced to half court. Dan Hughes is arguing the point.
That's a full timeout, 12 seconds remaining. Well, the Liberty need a 4-point play. They're down by 4. 12 seconds left. The Liberty will be able to advance the ball. Have to be on the opposite side of their bench. Friday night, Liberty returning to MSG's summer block party. They tip off at the Garden against the Silver Stars. Live coverage underway at 7:30. Friday night here on MSG. Vicki Johnson's final game at Madison Square Garden in a 13-year career. Let's check in with her.
You know, to play at the Garden, it's going to be a special moment, you know. Not only for me, but for the fans, you know, because I still feel like deep down inside, I'm still a New York Liberty, you know, and even though I play here, you know, I still love San Antonio, but yet and still, I think I'm a Liberty in heart.
So I think if you love Vicki Johnson and you love that old Liberty team, you buy a ticket, you bring some friends, and you come say goodbye to VJ next Friday night when San Antonio comes to the Garden. It's going to be a very, very sentimental, emotional evening for one Vicki Johnson.
9 years with the Liberty. 9 good years there. Trying to win a championship in San Antonio. They got close last year. So 12 seconds remaining. Mike Crispino, Mary Murphy with you. Liberty down by 4. A 10-0 run by San Antonio got them back in it here in the 4th and fallen behind by 6. Here's the inbound. Moore cross court. Christian sets, fires, long jumper, short. McCarville gets the rebound, puts it up and in. 7 seconds remaining, and let's see, San Antonio called a timeout. They did have a 20 left. And it's a 2-point game. 62-60. I think they did the Liberty a favor there.
I agree with you. Looking for the quick hitter. The fade for Christian. She misses the long 3. McCarville just stays active. Just great footwork. Staying with it, finding an angle. So you end up scoring quickly. Timeout by San Antonio. Obviously, New York must get possession of the basketball.
Do you take a chance of fouling somebody? Liberty 3 team fouls. Stars at 3.
If you can't steal, obviously
you have to immediately. You don't have much time unless you get the steal. Both teams have a foul to give, so you got to take your chances here.
Hard. You got to go hard with a second. Go for the steal. Go for the foul.
Here's where the strategy from these coaching staffs comes into play big time. San Antonio will inbound the ball in the front court. It's Vicki Johnson against Shanika Christian. Crowd on their feet. Vicki looking for help. And let's see, did you get it in? Just barely.
Boy, she was in trouble. Vicki Johnson was like thinking in her head, I'm at 4.5 seconds here.
And a second ticked off the clock, even though the ball just got inbounded. So now a foul puts San Antonio on the line. Vicki Johnson again to inbound, looking for help. And let's see, got it in. And a foul on Young by Janelle McCarville.
The decision there was to make sure you double team Becky Hammon because really she's money at the free throw line. Let somebody else go to the line.
And this has been the story tonight. 28 free throws by San Antonio, only 10 by the Liberty. San Antonio goes on to win the game. They can thank the charity stripe, but it's not over yet. 2-point ball game.
All right, the Silver Stars have one foul to give. New York has no timeout, so they will have to advance the ball the length of the floor.
And Young this time makes it. So 5.8 left, 3-point lead. Here comes Lori Moore all the way to the basket, and a loose ball deflected out of bounds. The buzzer sounds, and that ends the ball game.